Reading number 2, APA, 7th edition manual, Protecting Intellectual Property Rights. Protecting Intellectual Property Rights, 1.21, Publication Credit. Authorship is reserved for persons who make a substantial substantial contribution to and who accept responsibility for a published work. Individuals should take authorship credit only for work they have performed or to which they have substantially contributed. APA Ethics Code Standard 8.12a Publication Credit. Authorship encompasses, therefore, not only persons who do the writing but also those who have made substantial scientific contribution to a study. Substantial professional contributions may include formulating the problem or hypothesis, structuring the experimental study design, organizing and conducting the analysis or interpreting the result and findings. Those who so contribute are listed as authors in the byline. Lesser contributions which do not constitute authorship may be acknowledged in the author note. See section 2.7. See also a taxonomy of authorship is the natural science called credit at https://casrai.org credit. Lesser contribution may include such supportive function as designing or building the study apparatus, suggesting or advising about the analysis, collecting or entering the data, modifying or structuring a computer program, recruiting participants and obtaining animals and conducting routine observation or diagnosis for use in studies does not constitute authorship. Combinations of these and other tasks, however, may justify authorship. As early as practicable in research projects, the collaborators should decide which tasks are necessary for the projects. Completion, how the work will be divided, which task or combination of tasks merits authorship credit, and on what level credit will be given. First author, second author, etc. Collaborators may need to resist authorship credit in order if relative contributions change in the course of the project and its publication. This is especially true in faculty-student collaboration when student needs more intensive supervision than originally anticipated when, uh, when additional analysis are required beyond the scope of students' current level of training, or when the level of students' contribution exceeds what was originally anticipated. When a manuscript is accepted for publication, each person listed in the byline must verify in writing at day A agree to serve as an author, B. approve the order of authorship presented in the byline, and C. accept the responsibilities of authorship. 1.20 Number 22. Order of authors. Professional authors. Authors are responsible for determining authorship and for specifying the order in which two or more authors' names appear in the byline. Principal authorship and the order of authorship credit should accurately reflect the relative contribution of person involved. APA Ethics Code Standard 8.12b Publication Credit. Relative status example: department chair, junior faculty member, student. Should not determine the order of authorship. The general rule is the name of the principal contributor appears first, with subsequent names appearing in the order of decreasing contribution. In some cases, other principal contributor appears last. This convention can vary from field to field and from journal to journal. Novice authors are advised to contact the editor of journal to which they are submitting a manuscript for guidance. If authors played equal roles in the research and publication of their study, they may wish to note this in the author note. See section 2.7. Professional student collaborations. Because doctoral work is accepted to result in an independent and original contribution to the field by the student. Except under rare circumstances, the student should be listed and the principal author of papers. With multiple authors that are substantially based on their dissertation. APA Ethics Code Standard 8.12c Publications Credit. Unusual exception to doctoral-student first authorship might occur when the dissertation is published as part of a collection of studies involving other research, or when work on a final manuscript was performed substantially by a co-author. Whether student merit principal authorship on papers based on master's level or other predoctoral research will depend on their specific contributions to the research. When master level students make the primary contribution to a study, they should be listed as the first author. Students may also collaborate with a faculty member on a faculty-originated project as a way to acquire the skills to make a primary scientific contribution in their master's thesis. In such case, authorship should be determined by relative contribution of the student and faculty member to the project. Fisher, 2017. Student assignments. When student assignments contribute equally to a group project that will be submitted to an instructor, not for publication, students may put their names in any order in the byline. Example: alphabetical order, reverse alphabetical order. Additional 1.23 Authors. Intellectual property rights during manuscript review. Editorial review of a manuscript requires that the editors and reviewers circulate and discuss the manuscript. During the review process, the manuscript is a confidential and privileged document. Editors and review may not without the author's explicit permission quote from a manuscript under review or circulate copies of it to others, including graduate or postdoctoral students for any purpose other than editorial review. APA Ethics Code Standard 8.15 Reviewers, see Section 12.7 for a detailed discussion for the peer review process. If a review wishes to consult with the college about the aspect of the manuscript, the reviewer must request permission from the editor prior to approaching the college. Publishers have different policies on how editorial review works, and the reviewer should consult the editor for any questions. In addition, editor and the reviewers may not use material from an unpublished manuscript to advance their own or others' work without the author's consent. 1.24 Authors copyright on unpublished manuscript. Authors are protected by federal state by federal statute against unauthorized use of their unpublished manuscript under the Copyright Act of 1976, Title 7 of the United States Code. An unpublished work is copyright automatically from the moment the original work of authorship is fixed. U.S. Copyright Office 2017 p.1, referring to the moment in which a work exists in any tangible form. For example, type on a page until authors formally transfer copyright. See Section 12.20. They own the copyright on an unpublished manuscript. All exclusive rights due to the copyright owner of a published work are also due the authors of an unpublished work to ensure copyright protection. Publishers include the copyright notice on all published work. Example, copyright year by name of copyright holder. The notice need not appear on published work. Nonetheless, it is recommended that authors include a copyright notice on all works, whether published or not. Registration of copyright, example with the U.S. Copyright Office at https://www.copyright.gov/registration/ provides a public record and is usually a prerequisite for any legal action.